He did love. He did love people. He loved every one of you. You would know that. I never really heard him say anything bad about somebody. He might say it in a tangential way, but nothing. He didn't just. He didn't talk bad about people because he loved them. But there's this one story. I told y'all we didn't go away much, didn't do much so far as leaving town. My brother, he kind of tied us down. But one year in 1974, I was the year between I graduated college and was going to medical school. We went to Australia to see my cousins, aunt and uncle, and we left Nathan here in Georgia, and it was kind of an unusual, extravagant trip for us, and to go into another country. We'd never flown before, much less halfway around the world. And we went over there and spent a week or so, and while we were there, we went to Sydney. I remember going to the Opera House, and it was really nice. Things I hadn't seen before. And we were eating out one night at a dinner theater, which I'd never done before. And they had a meal, and then they were going to have a show after it. And I told my dad, I said, Dad, isn't this really nice? And he said, yeah, it's nice. But I'd rather be home rocking Nathan. He really loved Nathan. If you have Instagram, look on there. You can see a picture of Nathan, and it's on my daughter's account, Dory Garner. She wrote a little thing about him. But he loved Nathan. And what that tells you, he was loving somebody that had nothing to give in return. He wasn't loving him because he was going to be something. He loved him because that was his son. And, you know, God's like that. I'm not saying my dad's God. I'm saying God's like that, though. You know, it says in the Bible, behold, what manner of joy this is the Father has given to us, that we should be called children of God. And that is what we are. Now, that was the way he thought. And when you have a father that you know he loves you, whether I became a doctor or whatever, he would, it had nothing to do with what you do. Well, that's sort of the way God is. It's not doing. It's this idea that you know that God's got you. You have that faith that God's going to save you. But that was a good way to grow up. I never had to earn my father's love. That wasn't even a thought in my mind. He did say he didn't want me to preach him into heaven, and I'm not trying to. You only get to heaven through faith. And in Ephesians it says, for by grace you have been saved through faith, and that not of yourselves. It is a gift of God, not as a result of works. So you can do all the good works, and that doesn't get you anywhere. It's a gift you have to receive, and that's what my dad did. But he was a Christ follower, and I'm very proud of him, and he was proud of all of you. He loved his friends. I never knew how he had so many young guys that were friends. I mean, Gravis was actually a friend of his. He just kind of took up with him at church. But I do want you to know that it's for by grace you have been saved through faith, and that not of yourselves. Let me close with a word of prayer, and then they'll prepare the flag.